Hi, stamping friends. It's Marilyn here with Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. So welcome to my Thursday evening crafting. I am going to be making a card tonight with one of my favorite new sets out of the mini catalog. I've used it a few times and I found this design shared by a friend of mine, Darlene McCallum, recently, and I thought, oh, what a neat design with it. And then today I found another card shared by Mary Fish, Stampin' Pretty, and it's totally different take but using the same stamp set. So I'm going to show you that one as well. I whipped it up this afternoon, so I was quite happy to do that. So today is Thursday, October 7th. We've already gone through 7 days of October. Isn't that amazing? Hello, Diana. Welcome. Welcome. I find it hard to believe how fast the days do go by, and some days I think, oh, it's never going to end. So usually those are days we're having trouble with computers or whatever. So bear with me if things do not go well. I will, if I can't get through the Facebook Live, I will certainly record something and share it with you later. But just kind of as a heads up, as most of you probably know, this week, hello, Catherine, Facebook was down for most of an afternoon, Monday I think it was, and created quite a havoc with all of us in the social media world. So made us realize that we do have to use other avenues, and I am pursuing the YouTube Live scenarios. So if you haven't been to my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate you subscribing over there, because I do need quite a number of subscribers before I can go live on there from my phone. Hello Sharon, welcome. I have discovered something that told me I could go live from my computer, and I haven't pursued it, but I will be trying that. So you'll probably be part of my testing community for that as well. So before I turn my camera down, just a few things I wanted to share with you. If you're not already on my newsletter, you might want to sign up, because I am sending 12 weeks of Christmas. We've already sent 2, but lots of Christmas card design, packaging, decorations, those kind of things coming to you, and that is only my newsletter subscribers. It won't be on any of my social media channels. What else am I doing? I have a new set to show you that we as demonstrators can get, and I will be getting that, and then customers can get it the 1st of November, and it will be in the new catalog. So just leading up to all these great things again. So I will share the flyer on that. I don't have the set yet. Our mini catalog is still going strong, as well as our annual catalog. There's lots of great things in there, so we'll keep going back to them every once in a while as well. The other big news is I am working on updating my retired list on my website. So there is a menu that says retired products, and I'm putting them in there with including prices and how you can pay through PayPal, whether you use a PayPal account or a credit card, both work. Or reach out to me and we'll discuss whatever if need be. So, and please, if you have any trouble with that, please be sure to email me. And it says on there as well, especially until I get it all updated, email me first to make sure that I do have the product yet, because must admit I was really remiss with not updating that as I should have been. Going to try and be better this year with that. So I'm going to turn the camera down and you can see my desktop, and we'll get started. So first of all, the other side of my room. Try not to make you dizzy and shake too bad as I adjust the camera there. And that, to me, as I look through the camera, looks like I'm showing you the right thing. And as I look on my iPad, I can see your comments as well as my screen. So it looks like we're all in good shape. As I said, mini catalog. If you don't have one and you don't have a demonstrator in Canada, I'd love to send you a catalog. I have them in stock. This is Eden's Garden, which is a bundle, like I say, is going to be available to customers from November 2nd till January 3rd. And in that bundle, there are a number of things, and I'll try and hold it so you can see. A stamp set and dies, which you do save if you buy them as a bundle. There is designer series paper, which has, it's a specialty paper, which means that it's going to have foil on it, gold foil. And then there is cotton paper. I have not seen the actual paper, but I have seen a video with it, and it looks, well, we've got the wood grain bamboo kind of paper now, but this is more of a cloth kind of paper. And the Garden Gems, I didn't check today, but they have been on back order, so that meant we couldn't buy the whole suite at once, which is this collection. But they will be in, it's one of those supply chain things that's happening around the world with those. But aren't they great? Look at the shapes of them. Just gorgeous. Can hardly wait to get my hands on that. And the sayings in here, like sending hugs. It's one of the things I love to do is send hugs, whether it's folded in a card or however. So I will be getting that. My new current host code, if you are shopping with me and your order is under $200, I'd appreciate you using that. I do have a rewards program happening. So again, if you go to my website and can't figure that all out, just let me know. And these are the pieces for my card, but I'll just show you a couple samples of what I'm going to do tonight. This one is done in cinnamon cider, and this one is done with Night of Navy, and the one I'm going to do with you is cherry cobbler. So it's a great stamp set. And while you're waiting for me to do things, I usually have a question for you, and tonight's is, we're coming into fall. All the new seasons are starting for whatever we watch on TV. And because we're kind of locked down with COVID again, I'm sure that will be top priority for a lot of people. So let me know what's your favorite. We personally really like Heartland, and I understand it is coming back on October 17th. But let me know what your favorites are. We're always looking for something to watch besides hockey. And we don't know how often that's going to be on. And our grandsons and granddaughter are playing hockey, but of course we can't. We're not allowed to go and watch them. So luckily, some of the parents on the teams have been live streaming it, so we do get to watch a little bit. So thanks, Catherine. Yellowstone, yes, we watched part of that one from Netflix earlier. So this is the stamp set that I am featuring tonight, and as I said, I've used it a few times. I really like it. I like how it goes together. I'm going to show you a couple little tricks with it, and let's make a card. So I'm starting out with thick Whisper White, our regular 8.5 by 5.5. If I can find all of my tools, I will do what I usually do, fold it in half. And yes, please chat amongst yourselves. I will, if I can't see your comments as we're going through today, I will certainly go back and read them all later. So I have my card base. I am going to put, sorry, I don't remember dimensions. I have got 4.5 by 3.25. And that is going to go just in that corner. This gold piece is the same size, and it's going to go down here. And then my stamped piece is going to go on here. I just thought that was really a neat layout. Hadn't seen it before. And I thank you, Dar, for sharing that in your newsletter. So I'm going to show you how I stamped the trees. This one is done in the cherry cobbler. Think of the name of it. This one is done in they're all done in the matching cinnamon cider and Night of Navy. And so I like to use, for something like this, I like to use my Stamparatus. So what I do is mount my stamp with the help of, try not to knock everything over, my grid paper. And I'll just let you know there are different grid papers with the Stamparatus if you haven't worked with it at all. This particular set is a foam pad with laminated, a laminated sheet. So you can stamp on it, wipe it off or whatever. And I did try that as I was doing these, but I found even with the magnets, this slipped around a lot. So for the one I'm going to show you tonight, I did bring back in just the grid paper. I've got the same size of paper, and I have no idea, I guess about there. I don't remember where I put it on there. The magnets I keep underneath where they come. So I'm going to just attach the two magnets on the corners, and I'm going to stamp. When I have my stamp case to hold the plate up over here, I do put a piece of black under it so I can see it better. I've got my stamp pad, and I'm just going to try not to shake the table. Hello, Gail. Welcome. Glad you could make it. We are, as we're waiting and chatting in between, I've asked the ladies to let me know what series they like watching on TV, because it's coming to that season again when we need to know. So I will stamp it and burnish it a bit. And I love using the Stamparatus for this, because if it doesn't work quite like that, I can go back and do it again. And as you can see, comparing the two, I re-inked this after I made my sample. So be aware of that as well, that you're, and I can see, if your stamping is quite light, although I really like that one, and that is the one I'm going to use on that card. But you can re-ink and do again, and because the Stamparatus keeps it in the same place, it is going to always stamp in the same place, which is great. So the other card that I made, I used 2 plates. It comes with 2 plates, and you can have another plate up here, like this, with another coordinating, whether it's words, or the one I used has got the dirt for this tree set. I'll just show you that, because I did not know what it was until I watched somebody else using it. But this piece across here fits perfectly in amongst these tree trunks, which I will show you on the other card that I made. So I do not leave my plates in the Stamparatus. So that's how I stamped that. So for now, I'm just going to put these back, because these magnets are not supposed to snap together like that. They are so strong that they will break if they snap the wrong way. So just to be aware of that. And then for my next stamping, I did do the words from that set. No, I took the set away. I used Happy Birthday. I love that script that is there. And you can see I used it on those cards. I'm going to use it here, and I'm going to emboss in gold. And yes, I do have one done there, but I love this technique. And it is still one of my favorite for stamping and for showing new stampers. I do keep my now retired embossing buddy with my Versamark, so that I remember to use it, even on white. I do believe it makes a bit of a difference. Hello, Peggy, welcome. And like I said, if I don't comment while you're on there, please leave me a comment. I do draw from the prior week's comments to give the card away that I'm making. So you're going to want to comment somewhat, if whether you say hi, whether you tell me what series on TV I should be watching, or whatever. It'll give you a chance to be a winner. So I mount my stamps this way when they're word ones, so that I'm looking at the words, not the stamp. I know others do it differently. Then I keep my embossing powder in trays like this with a lid. And usually all I will do, even though I have a spoon in there, is something like that. I do keep handy in my tray behind me a paintbrush to brush off those edges if need be. So you can see this is my gold. I have it labeled. I also have one for each of my colors, and I find that invaluable to do. So I'm going to emboss that, and then on my trees I am going to also use the embossing powder and put a few of the leaves, which will be gold as well. Just to give it a bit of detail. And then I'm going to show you the magic as I do it with the heat tool. And I don't think it will be loud for too long for you. So there you can see where the leaves are going to be. And when you're heating embossing powder like that, we like to I'm just going to let it warm up there while I'm doing this. I have this board with a clip on it so that I don't burn my fingers too bad. Then as I heat it, I just hold the gun until I see it melt like that. Isn't that magic? Magic, magic. So I can see where my gold is. I can see, if you notice there, it's dark. That means it's not melted yet. And then my happy birthday along there. So it is just such an amazing, easy technique to use, especially if you are showing new stampers. They, like me, many years ago, I think that's kind of what sold me on even using the products was, wow, look at that. So I like to get all of my pieces ready before I put them together. Sorry, just seeing which one I like the best. And I am going to use liquid glue for this one. Then I'm going to use dimensionals on my foil paper. I will make sure I put it on the right side. Ask me how come I double check that. Have you ever done that? Put it on the wrong side, put it on upside down. And I'm going to, this one will go on with dimensionals, which I will, I think, just use the 4 corners. So we have dimensionals that are this size. We have dimensionals that are what we call minis, so they're a little bit smaller. Well, quite a bit smaller, actually. And like I said, I just really like the layout that Dar did with this card. So thank you, Dar, for sharing with us. And then this one I am going to use liquid glue, but also because it's the foil, just be careful you don't, like there are times, of course, when we do want to slide it if it's not quite where we want it. But it slides really well on this paper, so don't think, oh, that's good, and then run your hand across it. Again, I like to burnish mine from the back side, and this didn't move, I don't think. Extra ink on there. So then my happy birthday, because this is raised, I'm going to put a dimensional on that end and liquid glue on the rest of it. And pretty much we will be done. Ah, careful, careful, careful. And if you've ever watched, most of us will say there's no wrong. You can always fix something with an embellishment or another piece of cardstock. Quite often we will stamp on the inside, and if it's crooked, we can always put another piece of cardstock over it. Then for the embellishments, this one is, it's not these, it's a different one that I have, but these are the copper ones. So I have copper, silver, and this silver is out of the new catalog, and then the gold. And I'm going to just, it's always a guessing game. No, don't like that there. Actually, I think I'm going to put it right about there. So, do you do that? Go around the card with them on your tweezers or your scissors like this and think, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So there is our card for tonight. So hopefully you like it. I do not have an envelope here to do, but I will show you a couple a couple of neat techniques that I did on those envelopes after watching Sarah Douglas, our CEO from Stampin' Up, did a video on envelopes, and there are some great things there. So this one has the snowflakes. So blue and silver to me scream winter. And this is what she did with the envelope. Isn't that neat? Just took her blend, made the marks across. It kind of went over the edge, so she turned it and went down that edge. And there's my matching envelope. As usual, you can stamp, and you'll recognize that as my leaf stamp from here. The other one that we often use is Designer Series paper. If we're using that in our card to put another piece of it on the envelope is a great technique to do. But this card is the one that I just had to make this afternoon to share with you. Isn't that gorgeous? It's done with Night of Navy and Mint Macaron, a different layout. The trees and the leaves are done with the Mint Macaron, and then some more embellishments, and the white embossing powder on that one. So tell me which ones you like. I always like to know. The one I will be sending out is the one we did tonight, and I will draw before we leave for last week's. But I also have some happy mail to show you. You may have read my post on Facebook today, and I have a blog post showing happy mail that I've received as swaps from my team over the last few months. And I've given them credit for it because they are their cards, but I love showcasing and sharing what a talented group we have. So thank you, ladies, for doing that, and please have a look. My website is there for you to look. My YouTube channel, I will put this video on it afterwards. And here are some other cards. This one is done with like a sunburst, just flipping the papers over. Let's Celebrate You. That one I received from my upline for reaching my 14 years. This one is done with the wood grain paper and some other designer paper and our huge butterfly. This one is another friend from across the miles. Kathleen sent me this one with the maple leaf on it, and she did the envelope as well, and a piece on the inside. This one is another one from one of my downline for the swap. Happy anniversary with the die cut heart out of that glimmer paper we had in Sale-A-Bration, which of course is no longer available. And definitely last but not least is a happy fall, y'all, with the cute scarecrow decorated. So I love, love, love receiving cards, and I hope you do too, because I like sending them as well. So what else did I have to share with you? Eden's Garden. Our Zoom class. I do a Zoom class every Friday, most every Friday, at 1 o'clock. It's by invitation, but you can send me an email to get on that invitation list. And we have not just me teaching, but we have others teaching as well. And it's a great community. We just have such a ball doing that. So if you'd like to join, again, reach out to me on my email, my website, whatever, and we can connect. and craft together. Okay, so it's time for drawing. I have taken all the names from everybody who commented last week, put them into my wheel of spinning here. Try not to get too much glare on that. And I'm going to, look at my little pumpkin in there, isn't he cute? I'm going to spin and we'll see who gets last week's card. And it is Doreen Z. So Doreen, if you're watching or if you're watching the replay, please send me your mailing address and I will get that out to you because I do not have everybody's, obviously, and I don't keep them when I do get them. So, and this is the card that will be going out to Doreen. It's one that I made a corner fold card last week, leaning more towards Halloween. I have got a lot of other samples I do want to make and share with all of you. So please stay tuned, come back each week, and keep in touch. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what maybe you want me to do if you've seen a certain technique or type of card. I do have registrations closed for my second Christmas card class, but I have a third one coming. And I will be doing everything online, again, just to be safe with the COVID thing happening. So I'd love to have you join me from anywhere. It would be great. So thanks again for joining me, and we will chat soon. Take care.